currently facing a crucial moment in their summer transfer window. After suffering a significant setback when their prime target, Eberechi Eze, snubbed the club to join their fierce North London rivals Arsenal, Spurs have been scrambling to fill the glaring gap in their squad left by an unfortunate ACL injury to their key playmaker, James Maddison. The injury to Maddison has left Tottenham's creative midfield severely weakened, and with another veteran playmaker, Dejan Kulusevski, also sidelined with injury, the club's urgency to sign at least one, preferably two, quality number 10 players has never been greater. Tottenham's pursuit of a top-tier playmaker has been complicated by a mix of transfer market challenges and unfortunate timing. The initial disappointment of losing out on Eze, who was set to be a marquee signing, has left Spurs reassessing their options. The club's ambitions in the Premier League and Champions League depend heavily on reinforcing this creative role, which has been highlighted repeatedly as a priority by manager Thomas Frank and the club's transfer strategists. In the wake of Eze's collapse, Tottenham turned their attention to several alternative targets. One name that has gathered significant interest is the young Spanish international Nico Paz, currently playing for Como in Italy. Paz is considered a rising star in European football, noted for his ability to inject creativity from various positions on the pitch and his high rate of successful take-ons. His playing style mirrors qualities that fans hope to see in Eze, a blend of flair, vision, and willingness to take on defenders. Tottenham has made an improved offer for Paz, signaling their intent to secure a promising young talent who could evolve into their central playmaker. However, complicating this potential move is Real Madrid's buyback clause, which could allow the Spanish giants to re-sign Paz in the future for a relatively low fee, potentially limiting Tottenham's control over the player's long-term future. Another candidate on Tottenham's radar is Monaco's Magnus Ekliosh, a 23-year-old attacking midfielder known for his agility and quick footwork. While not as established as some other Premier League playmakers, Ekliosh represents a viable option for Tottenham to consider as they seek to rebuild their attacking midfield depth. Tottenham have also considered conditional targets like Tyler Dibling, a young Southampton prospect. However, the fan reaction to this potential signing has been mixed, with many considering Dibling an option too far below the club's ambitions and experience level for a starting number 10 in the Premier League. At just 19 years old, his Premier League experience is limited, and his stats from last season showed only modest contributions, raising doubts about his immediate impact potential for a club with Champions League aspirations. While Spurs are exploring these options, they are also working to strengthen other parts of their squad. Player acquisitions this summer include Mohamed Kudus from West Ham United, who has already shown promise on the pitch and was acquired for a significant fee. The signing of Kudus highlights Spurs' focus on shoring up their attack, even as their search for a pure number 10 continues. Additionally, the club has made permanent the loan of defender Kevin Danso and signed young talents like Mathys Tel and Luka Vaskovic to bolster the squad depth. In midfield, the uncertainty surrounding Rodrigo Bentancur's contract has the club monitoring the situation closely, as potential departures or contract expirations could open space for new signings. Yves Bissouma, despite some speculation about his future, appears to intend to stay, reducing immediate concerns in the defensive midfield role. The challenge Tottenham faces is not just about identifying potential targets but also navigating the complexities of transfer negotiations. The club's reportedly tough dealings with other Premier League giants, such as Manchester City regarding winger Savinho, suggest that Spurs must operate carefully to avoid burning bridges with clubs who could be both rivals and future business partners. Savinho remains a coveted target, but the relationship dynamics after recent matches have introduced uncertainty into the negotiations. Tottenham's dilemma highlights a broader issue: the scarcity of high-quality playmakers available for transfer who can lift Spurs to the next level remains a formidable hurdle. Clubs that possess such talent often price them beyond Spurs' reach or favor transfers to teams with arguably stronger financial muscle or European stature. Amid these challenges, there remains speculation about other potential playmakers like AS Roma's Lorenzo Pellegrini. Pellegrini, once one of Europe's most promising playmakers, has seen a dip in form recently but still holds value. Roma's director has openly confirmed Pellegrini's availability, with the club keen to avoid losing him on a free transfer when his contract expires. Tottenham is rumored to be monitoring the situation, though Pellegrini would likely be considered a backup or emergency option rather than a guaranteed first-choice signing. The summer window's countdown adds urgency to Tottenham's recruitment plans, with the window slamming shut at the end of August. With every day passing, the club must accelerate negotiations and make definitive decisions to ensure their squad is competitive for the season ahead. Fans have expressed frustration at the club's transfer strategy, particularly with the delays and outcome of the Eberechi Eze saga. There is a growing consensus among supporters that Spurs need to adopt a more decisive and ambitious approach to acquiring their targets, as settling for lesser-known or unproven players like Tyler Dibling is unlikely to suffice for a club with Champions League ambitions. Behind the scenes, Tottenham's management appears to be balancing financial prudence with competitive necessity. The £55 million acquisition of Mohamed Kudus demonstrates the willingness to invest heavily in key areas, and the pursuit of multiple attacking midfielders indicates the club's recognition that filling the void left by Maddison and Kulusevski requires more than one signing. Looking ahead, Tottenham's transfer activity may also hinge on future planning, with potential for loan deals or scouting promising talents for next summer's window if no immediate marquee signings can be secured now. Players with experience on loan like Marco Asensio, who impressed during his loan at Aston Villa, could be considered as stopgap solutions. In summary, Tottenham Hotspur's transfer activity heading into the final days of the window is marked by urgency, recalibration, and prudence. The club's desire to secure a creative number 10 capable of elevating the team's performance is echoed in every corner of the squad planning, from scouting reports to boardroom decisions. Their inability to secure their first-choice targets has forced Spurs to cast a wider net, considering a mix of young prospects, established players with fluctuating form, and players on loan from other clubs. The critical factor will be how quickly Tottenham can close deals and whether those new signings can integrate effectively into Thomas Frank's tactical setup. As the transfer window closes, Tottenham fans will be hopeful that these efforts culminate in a squad strong enough not only to compete domestically but also to make a meaningful impact in Europe's premier competitions.